You guys want the front light off? Sure.
Oh.
How's that?
Right, I'm getting ready to go do that. Okay, so when we come into the design portion, you're gonna wanna look to see what your postcard's gonna be all about. Let's just say, for example, this is gonna be a listing. And it's gonna be a coming soon or just listed, one of the two. Let's just click on just listed. And then we're gonna come up here and we're gonna look for these postcards and we're gonna do, see here the standard postcards. Right, so then it's gonna give us templates that we can use and edit for standard postcards. So obviously, any of this is editable, any of these templates are editable. So I'm gonna choose one and let's just say. I want the one that I'm gonna choose this one.
Yes, well.
So now. I want to pull this information in from KWLS about the, so it's already in the MLS and we want all of this information to come through.
Okay.
So I'm gonna click on the KWLS.
What's going on with?
And then up here in the full search bar, you can search literally by the address, the MLS number, the KWLS ID, by the listing info. So I don't have a listing, just want to do.
Well, I just saved my address.
What is it, the address?
250.
250 Walden.
I'll try.
And all this is gonna pull from it's gonna pull from all the United States, so you can narrow down this search, so you're probably gonna wanna do that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go back up here and go into Heath, Ohio, 43056. And that's Heath Road, Walden Way. Do you have an MLS ID for this one?
Yeah,
I don't know why I gotta find that.
I got to talk about here, you have to, you can put it all the road. East,
Walden Road.
yeah, road, all the road, east, it'll do it.
I think that's right, I didn't have the road in there.
Although I found it that way.
Still not coming through.
same. Let me,
That's a little.
Yeah, I found it. No idea the MLS number.
Okay,
So I wrote in 250 wall and spelled the word road out.
okay,
And it came
what's the MLS number?
224-013-683.
Perfect, okay. So now we're just gonna click on the, are you all there?
Mhm.
You want me to wait for you, Kate?
tell me where you went.
Okay, no problem.
I'm ready. You just tell me where.
Okay, so as far as the templates,
You're in command,
I'm in command, we're in designs,
designs,
okay,
Up at the top here, it's created, right?
create design.
yep. And then we're gonna choose, this is where you're at. Print. Choose.
I'm actually gonna do. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm trying to.
I won't print it, you're fine. So you did it, you check it just forward, did you pick that?
I do.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
As far as.
Yeah.
For.
Like the way the.
Perfect, yeah.
Making
So then I just chose the template.
Yeah. Two,
You don't want to draw it.
like that. For what program was.
Okay, so you are. Yeah.
No.
Well, actually, no, I'm sorry.
Demographics.
And did you have a listing? Well, it's so easier to put it, but.
No, I don't.
By address, but you gotta get.
I don't know what it's called, but
We use Walden.
we don't have to stop that. Those are my things.
Walden Road, filled out road, and came up.
Yeah, road, and then I got these too, but R, it's not on road.
Roads, dot road.
Like, the radius around that address. Oh, my list is.
Yeah, they don't.
It did with the MLS. Do you want the,
I can tell you how much number.
Yeah, go ahead and give her the MLS number.
it's,
Ready?
I'm not sure that's country.
it's 22401
It's weird.
Something like that.
3683.
They have to.
You can also filter the searches, Kate, with like the drop down up there, tells you like listing address and all of the birthday of the LFID. And listing agent.
At 9 p.m., 9 a.m.
And once you find it, you're gonna click on select.
I'm gonna get my software set up. It's like the correction been there for a long time. Her husband's coming in on the clock.
Okay, all right, are we on the same page?
Yeah.
So you click on select. And you can see then. See, if you look up here on the screen, you've got the photos. And then listing details. And I'm just clicking on photos and nothing's filtering through.
Mine did too.
I've got a
Took
bunch.
a
Wait
second.
a second.
Yeah. It took a moment to load. Mine wasn't.
There they're coming in.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so now, how, are you there, Kate? Yeah, okay. So you can see all the listing photos. I'm gonna take maybe like just the first one, for example. But what you're gonna do is come over here before we do any of that.
Okay.
You wanna come over here to your postcard and click on the image.
Okay.
So that it is editable with this first list. So right over here on the left-hand side, you got a plus sign and the round arrows. If you use the round arrows, it'll put it in where it needs to go. If you use the plus sign, it's gonna plop it in and it's gonna be looking like it's gonna be all formatted.
I got you.
So whenever that happens, you obviously know you have your back button here, the undo button, be your best friend.
Started.
So I'm gonna undo. And that is not going away.
The desert of 14,
Like that. Mouse is super touchy. God. Okay. Oh, so click on that again. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna choose my round arrows. Hopefully it's gonna just replace this image.
I'm sorry.
And it's gonna leave, this is a really pretty one.
Because I put on, put your mouse on the first way I put it on.
You want me to go back?
It's fine.
Okay, I'm gonna go back one pick. So I've got the whole thing highlighted like that.
Main screen first, get it on the main picture first.
This is showing up in blue, but this is blue on your screen.
Why? And then you go right, put your arrow, put your mouse on your picture, not just one put in there.
You have a different symbol. That's okay. You have to highlight this first.
Yeah, highlight that first.
Just click on it. There you go. So that's in blue. Now we can edit. So come over here to your picture and I'll choose the round arrows.
Yeah, choose both.
Okay, that's what I did.
Yep. And then, you know, if you don't like that one, try another
You
one,
do that like
all that good stuff.
Okay.
All right?
She is gonna post that one because she didn't just move it.
Okay.
Let's go.
Sure, no problem. And we're not posting this. We're not doing that. This is postcards.
Yeah,
So, yeah, and we're not gonna go through with purchasing or anything like that. We're
Yeah.
just creating.
I was hoping I can build one and
Yeah.
save it for when I close.
Awesome.
Okay.
Okay, so now, obviously, we have this information over here on, we've already picked our photos. You can, in some instances, if you have a template that will allow more than one photo, you can swap that out, but in postcards. I would literally stick with what you have there, because if it gets a little bit messed up, out of lines, alignment, I should say, it's not gonna.
You want it to print right.
It won't print right. So over here with the listing details now, we've got photos and we have listing details. All right, so I'm gonna, in order to use any of this information, I have to come over here and say 1424 Barrington Oaks. I'm gonna click on that portion of it. And I'm gonna come over here and find the Walden Road, 250 Walden Road right here. See that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna click the little round arrows again, not the plus sign, and it'll replace it. And then you may have to resize it. Recenter it, whatever, so it needs recentered a little bit,
There you go, so that's it.
okay? And now we have 3 bathrooms, 2 bedrooms, or 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. However, that being said, sometimes that doesn't go through correctly. When you are looking at that information, so I'm just gonna leave this as it is right now, but if you can manually do it.
Okay.
But if you can find that information over here on the left-hand side, it says exactly. It's separate, see what I'm saying? It's like 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 2 full
You
bathrooms.
can tell, you can edit each individual section. like
So
that.
yes, if you wanna edit just each individual section, you're gonna highlight it like this. Okay, and then look up here, Denny, this little typewriter key.
Yep.
Click on that.
Okay.
It's gonna pull up the box over here. So now we can just literally come in here and edit this right here.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna take the built in 2015 out. I don't know, Tish, what the square footage is, but
1770.
okay, once that's where you want it, come down here and say save changes. You can add information here if you want to, it's not a problem, you probably just have to reconfigure your little boxes. Once it comes, you know what I mean? So save changes. And then we have the price down here. If I need to recenter this now, I just kind of move that over. Whenever it's highlighted in the blue is the only time you can edit it, so you gotta just kind of be careful with your. All right, then I'm gonna take the price. Same thing, this information is over here though, so I'm gonna use it. And it priced it out for me, pull that information. I don't know that we really need USD in there, so I think I might wanna take that out. So I'm gonna highlight it in blue, go up to my typewriter key. And I wanna take out the USD. You don't have to, but that's how you make that change. Okay, perfect, so now that looks all good, and my picture's not right. Got it. I'm gonna go back in here and try and change my picture. Perfect. Girls listed. If everything looks good, if you wanna add something here, you can, you know how to do that? If you
Where
wanna
you
add
insert-
more information.
Okay.
So if you wanna add more information, let's go to, like the text over here, see on the left hand side. We're clicking up here underneath images, we're gonna click on text. And then I wanna take a body text, one of these headings, 1, 2, 3, and 4. The difference is there is just the size of the text, basically. However, any of these you choose, you can edit the font and the size. So I'm gonna say, let's just say heading number 3, for example, I'm gonna click on heading number 3, it's gonna plop that text box in here for me. I'm gonna move it up here to where I can see it better. And then any information I wanna put within that, I can type it here. Or open up my typewriter key. And I can put in here, in contract, let's say, I mean, it's not that you would want just listed in contract, but you can. Why not, right? So anything else you wanna put in there, that's how you would add your little body text, add whatever information you wanna put in there, and click on save changes. Just wanna make sure it's probably gonna be in a printable area, which we'll go over that later. So save changes. And if I wanna change this font, for example, I'm gonna click on the box and try to get my little cursor in here. Double click. I'm gonna highlight that text. I'm gonna come up here and I don't like this font. I want it to be something different. So I'm gonna go up here to the font tab. You see that? I might be, if I'm just being redundant, let me know.
No, you're good.
You guys are all at different levels, so it's
It's okay.
pretty high level, yeah. I wanna change this to, I don't know, Allison script. No, I don't, that looks awful. Merriweather. And then I would like to make this font bigger. So I'm gonna click up here on my font key tab. I'm gonna make it 20. Now you can see it doesn't fit, so I have to come back down here to my box. And I need to expand this box. these little white tabs. Let you draw it out.
Can you slide it across the screen?
You can do whatever, you sure can.
Okay, I like that. I like that.
In contracts, just listed, I can put it down here, I can put it at where it's more. Now, if I wanna change my font color. I don't like the black, I wanna make it, let's just say we wanna make it red, so I'm gonna highlight it. And I'm gonna come here to the colors tab. The A and click on, I wanna make it red. Okay. Now it's red. Any questions on that? Okay. All right, so now we have completed the front side. So we're going to go to page 2, which is right down here. You can see this, it's telling us that this template has 2 pages. So in order to see the second side, I have to click on 2 pages, on page, where is it, 2 pages. So now I want to see page 2, I'm gonna highlight this one. It's gonna populate over. Okay, so here's where all the good stuff comes in. This is where you want to add all of your information. Did you use this template before? It looks similar.
Yeah, maybe,
I said it looks similar.
yeah.
Okay, so within this backside of, I would be very careful adding information. Keep it within the alignment. Try not to go, it'll tell us when we go to actually publish this, but. Try to keep it exactly where it is and don't draw it out any further to the left, for example. Or take it up higher or lower. So contact me for additional details. Right here is where the address is going to go. For the client, for the property owner, or within your farming area that you're talking about here. So I can click on this picture, which I've never done this one, so I'm not sure what it's gonna let us do. So up here in my assets, on the left-hand side, you guys see that? On my assets, and then I wanna look for, images within my assets right here on the left. So any images that I might have saved, okay, it clicked it off of my assets, so I'm on images. Click on my assets one more time, that's gonna take you to your library of pictures that you have stored here.
I'm already there.
Yay. So if you have a picture of yourself already stored in your library, that's fantastic.
I didn't even know.
And then this is how we do this again, we're gonna make sure this is highlighted here. We wanna make sure that we can use that little round arrow key there. I'm gonna plop her in, perfect. So here's the agent. And then the same thing we did on the front with your information here, you're gonna want to. Pretty much, I would say it might be easier to highlight the text. Come up here and do your typewriter key. And let's just say Tish. Tish or Tisha?
A.
And you can put comma realtor if you want to right there. So I'm just in the habit of doing that. And then come down here and say the Gray group or the Sullivan group. Okay, so then you can't really, if you can see, I could highlight this information, but you can't come over here because this is grayed out. You cannot alter the text and the color and all that from here. So we're just gonna say save changes. If you wanted to, and you want to change the color, the font, the size, anything, you have to do this within the box. Highlight it, you don't even have to highlight it, but let's just say we want to make it into a 10 font, a little bit bigger. And I want it to be bold. It already was. And I want it to be a different font. I'm not gonna change the font, I think it looks nice, but you would do that, that's how you would do that. Okay, and then underneath that box, we need to highlight the next one. So again, you highlight this box, I would open up typewriter key again, and we're gonna say, I don't think it's necessary to put www, do you guys think it's necessary? Yeah, so Tisha. .kw.com is her website. her phone number, her email. Disha@kw.com. All right, and then save changes. And again, if you want to add this, download my app. Do you guys know where to find that?
No,
Okay,
I found a really long way to find it.
Yeah.
But yes.
what's your really long way?
Like if you go on your phone to your app and then you open it up and then you go to like share it, like text it to somebody. Then the text box will have your digits.
Okay, let me show you a better way.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna have to open up, I don't wanna lose my design, so I'm gonna go into a new tab up here and go incognito. And go back into. Agent dot, there, Okay, so I'm back on my dashboard here, command. If I go down here to this consumer tab on the very bottom left. Click on that. You see this right here, your app URL, it looks like it's grayed out, but it's not. So I'm gonna say copy that, or I can highlight it, copy and paste it. Do you all see that?
Okay.
Back into here, I want to click on this to highlight it. I'm going to come over here to my typewriter key. So I think I can just do control copy, review, and that's it right there. So if I take this app or this URL right now, highlight it, go into new tab, paste it in there. I'm just testing it to make sure it's right, and it's not at all.
So when you and I did the social post,
Yeah,
you saved my QR code in
Yes.
my assets.
right.
So
I
that's,
can use that too.
that's nice to have just saved there, so.
I like that. Personally, I like that better. However, I'm not sure what's going on with this link.
So,
You go to your agent site.
Actually, it's starting to show up in more places too, so that's good. I don't know what's happening. The other way you can do this is just to go, let's just try. Let's just pretend it worked.
so it should be.
I've done it before. Are you guys having any luck with it? I've done it before.
I didn't try, cause I was actually just gonna try to figure out how to put that QR code back in it.
Kate, any thoughts?
When you're copying and pasting it from there, it's not working.
It's not taking me to my website. You know what I mean? I'm putting it in, I'm taking that link that was on my page. On my consumer tab, and it's not taking me to my,
What's it taking you
just to kw.com.
to? What happens if you go to a sign in?
You shouldn't have to do that. It should take you right to my.
Right.
Where's
Yours.
Yeah, was it just on the website?
It's on the consumer tab. Here, go back.
Okay.
What if,
So down here, Denny, on the left hand
Oh,
side, you're at the very bottom,
I got you, okay,
and then right here, you'll see my app link.
okay, good, try it,
So,
try it.
I have used this before and it works, but I don't know if there's a glitch going on.
See how you have another team app link?
Yeah.
Do you think it could be one of the other ones?
Member, team app. This was my personal one though, this should be like this one, but let me try another one, just to see if I can copy it and see what it does. Okay, I think I see the problem. That's the app link, this is just, oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. You can't open an app on a desktop. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Right.
Yeah, that's it. So the app link's going to work. You just have to open it on your phone.
Gotcha.
Sorry.
And we want to have it, we want to have the HTTPS, the whole thing, and there, like, it's reads.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So you can go ahead and copy that link, and then if I were to, I like her idea of her QR code. Do you want me to show you where that is? Right. So I'm gonna go back into copy. Actually, so now we're on the Johnson experience right here, so. At the very bottom of this page. There it is. And it's starting to show up on more pages, which is awesome. I'm seeing it more and more. So I can right click on this image, copy image. Or save it, and I think you might have to save it and then pull it in. Into your library, so I'm gonna do that right now. Back into my templates. I am going to. This card does changes for right now. I'm gonna go, and you guys know how to pull in an image from your computer. Okay, so we're on images and we're on my assets. Do you see that? You don't wanna be on stock or workplace, you wanna be on my assets.
Okay.
So here we're going to see where it says that little plus sign add image. So I'm gonna click on that. And it's gonna ask you how you wanna pull them in. So I'm gonna browse my devices and just save it to this device.
Let's save it. Save. Gotcha.
And or you might be able to drag it, let me see if we can drag it in downloads. I'm just. Now I'm stuck. It's frozen. Fun until something like this happens.
these boxes are always. Like,
Yeah, and it won't let me, I'm funky to work with. I don't know if I refresh this, but it's gonna take away my design, so. I'm gonna give it a second. It could be this computer, you guys aren't having any problems, right? Are you able to pull your QR code in
Yeah,
from your
I think
design?
save.
So mine was already in my
Got it.
assets.
Yeah, how about you, Kate? Okay, how about you, Denny?
It said it did it, but I'm not finding it. See it.
So probably saved it to your downloads, more than likely.
I saved it, I pulled it, so what I did is I went here, I went add.
Well, we actually do,
Okay.
that. I would keep that as your logos,
Okay.
even though there's other stuff in here. So you're on my assets, images. Well, I don't know why they're all, I guess it's just your library.
Yeah, I think.
All right, add image, go ahead and click on it.
And I cried.
Device.
Yep. And I did it, it's, I put in pictures and called Kate over
You
here,
did,
QR code. Open. Close
Yeah.
file. Just complete, well, I got two, so now I got two of them there, they just didn't have it there initially.
okay.
For some reason.
Took them in the bucket.
Yeah,
So, yeah, we can resize that, were able to resize yours, weren't we?
yes.
It didn't, just like go wonky on us. Okay, let me see if I'm unfrozen here. I'm not,
so,
I'm just completely stuck. I'm gonna hit the refresh, I hope it isn't. No, I keep going further, I'm gonna have to reload it, it's gonna erase my stuff. Side safe, that's good.
it restarts.
So just, yeah, I guess just remember your app link, you can still share your app link and you can still use that URL. It's just that you can't open it on a desktop. So we're gonna pull in, I'm gonna take out that verbiage. To download my app. We took that out for you, didn't we? Just put your QR code or scan my QR code.
Yeah, like on this one, I left it and just took out the address and then I added the QR code right next to it.
Scan my QR code to what, visit my. My app, no, it's not website, it's
If download I have,
without-
maybe,
yeah,
right?
let's do that. Changes. Now I can resize this a little bit if it's too big. I think it's a little large there, so. Needs. So now we just have to pull that picture in, that image in. My assets. You guys got this far, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so I want to put this in over here, but I don't want it in that blue box. So when I click off the blue box. Okay. This one's not allowing me to have little round arrows because I don't have a box to put it in. To swap it out with.
right.
So I'm just gonna pull it in. See what happens here. And you can see it's huge. So we're just gonna take it down. I think I could probably, I'm gonna just eliminate this for right now. So I am actually, when I'm moving that, I am got the box highlighted and I'm hitting the back and forth, you know, the over.
Okay.
That keeps it in line, so it's not just like. Draw all over, because you have to line it up that way.
I was wondering,
It wouldn't let me move with a mouse.
Does that make sense?
It wouldn't let me move with a mouse though. For some reason.
Oh,
Well,
it does that,
Now.
yeah,
I just would like it.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
okay,
yeah,
so.
'cause it's hard to do it with a mouse.
It is because it goes everywhere. So if I click on this image. And I take my. Side keys, right? Or up and down, either one, up, down, sideways, sideways. That keeps it all in line.
Mhm.
And then, you know, one thing, if you've not done it yet, how to change the logo down here at the bottom. When I click on that, if I have my logo saved in my library, it's gonna come up for me. So I can choose any of these logos over here again, and if you wanna use one that's gonna show up on your background, you don't want, probably don't, you can use the white, I guess. I like the one with black and the red, so again, I'm gonna hover over the round arrows. Click on that, and it pulls it in. I think that looks blurry. Unless it's just my computer.
Mine kind of does too.
We might need to get rid of that one.
Where's the best place to get the logo?
Okay. I'll share them with you.
Okay.
You have one though for your Sullivan team, right? You wanna
Yes.
share with me? Okay.
Yeah, the one I shared with you, yeah. I just didn't know if there was a place that was easy to get.
We have, on our KWGC agent resources page, there is a place where you can pull in a couple logos also. I can show you that. I'm gonna open up a new tab. KWGC. If you don't have this bookmarked, you should. Agentresources.com. This is our Market Center website. Maybe,
KWGC Agent Resources.
correct. and then I would bookmark this. Sometimes it comes up quickly, sometimes it'll give you fits. And over here on the left hand side, you see where it says KWGC logos? You? Yes? Yes. Click on that. Click, yes, click on the logo link. And it's gonna pull up, this page, and we wanna scroll down into, so you see where it says Market Center logos down here? Where it says Kidby Premier Properties, you wanna put in, on where that little box is where it says Market Center, you wanna put in 379. 379 is our Market Center number. And when I do that, it populates immediately. I can preview it or download it. So I'm gonna say preview. And there's one right there. Download it to your device.
Got it, thank you.
Cool. Alright, so that one I thought looked blurry. I'm gonna get rid of that one. They all look blurry. I don't know if it's just the lighting. Do yours all look blurry?
Mine does a little bit, but I wasn't sure if it was just the way it is previewing.
It might be. I've seen, there, that one looked good. Okay. Alright. We're nearing the end. Obviously, we've got the front side already looking good. I didn't re-edit the back. So that looks all good to me. This is page 1, this is page 2. So here comes the weird thing. When you download this, first we're gonna download it for download button, and then we're gonna say done when we're all done. So first, we're gonna say download. And where it says PDF standard, you wanna open that up. And you wanna choose PDF for printing. Okay? Once that's done, we don't have to choose anything here, this is all default, and it looks good this way. So PDF for printing when you're doing postcards. And then where it says all pages, this is where it's a little weird, you just, once you do it one time, you'll remember. Click it to open it up, unclick all pages. Then click on page 1. Click off of it. And say download. You have to download one page at a time. Okay, there's the first one. Now I'm gonna go back up to the download button. And I'm gonna say same thing, we have PDF for printing, I didn't change that, where it says all pages, I'm gonna uncheck all pages, and this time I wanna just check number 2. It's not populating anything here for me to see for some reason, so I don't know if that's gonna be a problem. So you have to click on the checkbox, then you have to click off of it, and then you have to say download, so you can see the download button. Okay, so then I had a little notification that came through down here, it said it downloaded, so now we're just gonna say, you can see here where snap, these are saved to your device, that's all great. You can't edit these, obviously they're PDFs. Now we're gonna say done. And this is going to store it in your library. And we're ready for part 2.
So it'll take the 2 downloads and put them in your.
You'll see here when we get ready to go. Are you all on the same speed here? Good, okay. So over here on the left hand side, we're gonna come over here to the bullhorn, megahorn, whatever it's called, and click on this, the campaign tab. We're gonna open the campaign applet. And from here, we are going to say, usually there's a couple ways you can do this to get to it, but we're gonna say create campaign over here. Create campaign, and then it gives you the option, or email, paid ads, social posts. Whichever one you're using, we are using direct mail. So click on the direct mail. You have to name it something, you have to choose a category and campaign name. So let's just say we're advertising this listing. Or we want to track buyers, whatever you decide you want to save it as. Track buyers, I'm gonna, I would just put the property address in here. And then say, come down here at the bottom and say create campaign. So here's where you have to fill all of these out. They all need a check mark next to them. They all need to be turned green and check mark. So we have the overview for 250 Walden. That's what we named it. Now I'm gonna open up the content tab. So we have here a custom template that we've already designed. So we don't want the default templates, we want to upload a custom template. This automatically comes up, this is all good, this is fine, it's telling you the postcard sizes. And we have the, it's highlighted right here. It's the middle one, but I thought we were doing, that was not compact, it's default, okay. The default 6 inches by 9 inches. So here we have to choose, we have to pull this image in. So we're gonna pull in the front and we're gonna pull in the back. You guys with me?
Yep.
Browse, I can slow down, okay, just tell me.
Oh, no, I'm just writing it down so I can refer back to it.
I will leave this one into my downloads, so I have it just listed, I'm not sure the way this is pulling in on this computer, it's not showing me the front and the back of yours.
No, but I think the one with the parentheses one is like the second one you don't. Yeah, so I almost think that's the back.
And we're pulling it in the front, so. So I guess you want to, when you're saving those, after you downloaded them, you probably want to name it, and I thought it was gonna probably show me an image, but it didn't on my computer. So there's my front. Looks good. Now I'm gonna browse for the back. I'm gonna choose this first one, right? So if you have that renamed, then you'll know what you're looking for. I would just say front back. Okay. So now we're done with that. We're gonna click on save. It pulled both the images through. The next tab is going to be our market center information, so we're gonna open that up. And I can tell you, just from experience here, that when you go to save this Keller Williams Greater Columbus Realty is too long. So I have to take out Keller Williams and just put KW.
Okay.
Space there. Put your street address in, Suite 100, I can fix this if I want to, put suite over here. You have to choose the state, it gets a little wonky if you don't do it the way it likes it. And then the zip. And then you need to verify the address. And then you can choose which one you want. Your corrected address is here, I'm gonna choose the corrected one, and say confirm. That one's done, get our 3 check marks, now the targeting. Where do you want these postcards to go? Okay,
So say you want them to go like in the vicinity of that property, right?
right. So you have to put a street address in, and or you could target your database down here. If you choose target your database, you have to go in and add contacts from your contact list in your CRM, okay? Which you can do if you know who you want, maybe you have them tagged or something. But for this training, we're gonna just say, local targeting. And I'm gonna put in 250 Walden Road. Then Heath. Where it does not have to go there, but I mean, that's the most logical, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so I'm gonna say save now. So now we have all these check marked, ready to go. However, your budget here, we're gonna open this up so you can see it. I don't wanna send 200, I only wanna send 100, I wanna send 500, this is where you change that information. 500 postcard to $370. First class, which is what you want to keep that as default right there. 300 postcards, $222. I'm gonna click on save. I'm gonna send out 300 postcards to that area. So now we're gonna go to configure targeting. Y'all with me? Okay. Are you sure you want to create this campaign? Yes, we do. And depending on the time of the day, I think if you get this information in by like maybe between 12 and 2, I'm not exactly sure on that time frame, it'll go out the next day. So here we have some options. This is showing you a map, literally, of all the houses this is gonna hit. These postcards are gonna hit. You can choose all property types, you can choose single families, you can choose multifamily. There could be a lot of renters in this area. I choose all of them. Again, if you want to bump this up, you can, bump it down, you can. If I want to add an area. Let's say on my map, I want to add these homes here. Obviously, it's going to create more postcards and more, it's going to affect your price, but I'm going to show you for training how you do that. So the draw right here. I want to include. These homes here. So now we have 96 additional, or it just took it down to 96. It just, okay, it removed my neighborhood and took it down to 96 for whatever area that I drew there. Okay, does that make sense?
How would you add that, add it to the
I want
business?
to add that back in.
Yeah.
Okay, so. Back one. My little thing went away. Good question, Denny. It's gone.
Can you use the arrow next to the configure targeting?
There it is. Sorry.
Oh,
I
reset.
can reset right here.
Okay. So can you keep that and add that additional?
It looked like it did add, it kept some over here.
Good.
But yes, that's the whole goal, is to be able to do that. So, I suppose let's click on the radius and see. I've not done the radius before. See what our options are here. Click to start shape. There you go. There we go. So there you go. You're on polygon. Okay. Yeah, I can do it now. I'm gonna say reset. Okay. And back to my draw. I think. Does anybody have any thoughts on this?
I almost think the radius is
So
the easiest.
go ahead and reset it real quick.
Yep.
So there was original 300 you had, but then what if you take that up, or the original 200 down? What if you move that number of target homes up to higher?
Well, I think it's,
Does
well, yeah, you can do it that way too. It's gonna include more of the area, yeah. But you can't, I always thought, and I've done it in the past, where you can draw it and it adds to that.
Actually, it's just, well, I thought maybe what it would do is allow you to draw an ordinance, it did just expand. the
Right.
Oh.
There's gotta be a way to do this. I might have to go back and double check that for you. I bumped it up to 470, but that's not the point. Obviously, you're gonna get more for 470, but the point is, I can figure it out.
But I think if you draw it too, you can just draw in around what's already there. And include it.
That's included.
Let's see, thank you.
Reset. And then if you pull that out and draw an area to include those others. That you already have. here.
Oh, you mean the whole area?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
include the area.
okay.
Yeah,
So like this.
yeah, there you go. Now that expanded.
Very good, Mindy. It's been a while since I've done that. Okay, so let's just say we're happy with that. And we have 396 postcards. So now, you always want to kind of check this little send a copy to the company, because it's gonna come here. We'll put it in your mailbox so you can see what that postcard looks like.
Okay.
Created. So I'm gonna say yes to that. And next, and literally, this is just showing you a preview here. I had one we did the other day, and it was like showing up outside of the rent areas, we had to go in and redo everything. And make those adjustments, which you don't want to have to go through. And this is just literally your credit card information, and boom, you're done.
That's awesome.
There's just a few little glitches in there you have to remember, but when you're downloading the picture, images, front and back, one page at a time. And then, back on the, pulling in the images. When you're saving them, maybe rename them, so you can see. Sometimes on the computer, it will show you a preview of the little thumbnail of what you're looking at.
The only thing I had a question on.
Yeah.
You can answer before your point. I got lost for a second.
Yeah.
And I followed this like I did this year, but how to save the front back images so that's in your downloads.
Sure. Okay, let's.
You know, it's back to where you're still in the,
Well, just go back to your designs.
yeah, that one, the design is there, is ready to go. I'm ready to save it,
Okay, so you're gonna, before you save it, say done.
right?
So let me open this one.
So I'm back to that point. I'm back to where
Yeah.
you see both front back together. And I
That's
already
a little
saved it,
tricky. Okay, so we have the front and the back.
right?
We have 2 pages down here showing us.
Yep.
We're gonna download first,
Okay, there it is.
and then, yeah,
I got you.
make sure that you choose the PDF for printing.
Yep. That's
And that
right.
drop down.
That's right.
I mean, if you're making another design, you have, obviously have all of these options too.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is default, so just leave that. I suppose you could adjust that if you knew what you're doing, but I would just leave it.
Yeah, what,
So now right here where it says all pages, we don't want all pages,
Pages.
we want to uncheck that and check number 1 first. You have to click on the checkbox and then click off of it, so you can see the download button. And then when you download it, it's downloading right now, it's going into your downloads, into your files, in your documents. Can't rename it from here, but you can rename it, if I wanted to stop right now what I'm doing and take this, open this one up. I can rename it here, I believe. Save as and rename it there.
yeah.
And you know how it had that one in parentheses?
Yes.
Every time you download something, it just orders them. So if
Yes.
you had 4 pages,
Yes.
it would be like
Just need to. pay attention to-
download 1,
Right.
2, and 3.
Yeah, you just need to pay attention to what
Yeah,
if you're savvy. If you're not, then you're gonna be confused.
So bring in what it does, brings your downloads, so you can go to your downloads and then,
So then as far as pulling it in then,
and then just,
okay, we'll go,
you can rename it there.
yes, correct. So then when you go down to page 2, don't forget, you come back in here, this is all still set for you. Uncheck all and just check mark 2. And then check off of it or click off of it. And download that one. Let it do its thing, it's saying down here, sometimes these designs can take a minute to download, so you don't wanna say done too quickly.
Right.
It won't save it correctly. So I saw that little, notification come through that it was done downloading. So I'm gonna say done. Make sure you say done, that's gonna take it, that's gonna save it to your library. And then from here, we go into the campaigns. And this is what you're asking, right?
Yeah, no, I'm with that, you gotta work,
Okay,
I don't think, I don't.
Okay. as far as pulling those images.
Yeah, no, it's over,
Yeah.
just wanted to know where I could.
I think what you're playing around with, you'll see if you choose something wrong, you're gonna see it.
Yeah, I just couldn't, what I couldn't do, is I just didn't catch the part where you downloaded it. I was looking for something.
Fine.
What to do a couple of these together, I'm gonna do some, couple different things, so supposed to be this current, once we figure out that.
Mhm. Yeah, I did something similar at Next Home, but it wasn't in our own system, like it was like a third party.
Okay.
And like they created the whole thing and I could change a couple of fields, but this is so much easier to
So-
save all
So
of
like
their
when
stuff.
you're doing it through campaigns and all that.
Yeah.
On this, on the reports tab over here on the left hand side. See where I'm going here?
Right.
Reports, you're gonna see analytics on your emails and it should be in here, your postcard, but I didn't do any postcards, so you're not gonna see it online.
But it'll be there.
Your analytics should all be right here, like your texts and your calls. I don't have that either, so I can't see, I don't have much here, but my emails, it's all, all the analytics are here.
Mhm.
How many, unsubscribed, right here.
Right,
how many clicked on it, how many replied to it, how many were opened. So I think you can see that with your postcards, but maybe not, it's not listed up here.
Well, how would it track it? You know, then they
Yeah.
got mailed. How they can
They
track
can't
what
really,
somebody had,
yeah,
what somebody's
no,
done
you're
with
right,
it,
you're
so. I wonder if there's a way to track. When the QR code scan, you would be able to track that later, like scanning.
Your
Yeah.
QR codes,
But you may would come to, right, would come to your phone, you
Yeah.
would see that connecting, as soon as someone scans your app, you get a notification.
yes, exactly, you're gonna get that notification up here, right?
Right,
They have to create an account, but I would assume they scanned your app, you want me to try yours? And see?
Yeah,
Have
it's
you
hard
tried
for,
that?
I couldn't really test it because I kind of can't scan my own app, yeah.
I already have somebody saved in mine, but let me delete it. And then try that. What's the new enhanced feature of the new consumer app? You used to be able to find an agent and remove that agent within your, if you were switching agents or something, you never know, but now, once you're in there as my agent. I can't remove you,
Yeah,
which I guess is good. But for me, teaching, I have to remove, I have to leave my app all the time.
right, yeah.
So let me delete this one. And let me scan your QR code. Oh, your app link. Oh, it's not. It's just sharing the app link. I want to see your QR code. But that's okay.
I've got my, scan my.
I've got,
Or-
yeah, whatever.
Oh. And also, when you're creating your postcard, you might want to test that.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the final preview, so it says get the app for me. Open. I'm gonna download it. And any kind of activity that I do, it's gonna be tracked. In notifications, but I think they're gonna definitely have to. Create the account. It says skip for now, Danny, so I just wanna see if, I were to get a notification without me having to create the account.
You said no? Go on, crazy. See, I've never found one like I really like and like, want to go through.
So if I click on home, you guys, are you familiar with the consumer app yet? You might not be. The white KW app, yes. So Denny's already my agent, you should get a notification, I wanna say, get in touch with Denny. It's gonna ask me to sign in or log in or sign up, so you, oh, you have a skip for now option, let me see if anything comes through. Nope, you have to create an account.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my current client wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't?
I asked him to do it and he was like, I'm not putting that shit on.
I'll tell you one frustrating thing is it's hard to catch this. I've just come across it recently. When you are creating an account for this consumer app and it's asking you to create your password, people are putting in passwords and it won't let them continue. It won't, you're acknowledging everything, but you can't continue. When you look at it closely underneath the password, it has to be 13 characters at the minimum.
Oh, okay.
So that can throw people, that can give you fits.
Yeah.
It's really
Well,
small.
he was saying like he didn't want to do it because like, he was already getting the searches from the MLS. And so he just didn't want to, like I change and start it over, so.
So I would get the notifications go on there from my phone through command, right?
You will, yes. I didn't sign up and create the
Right.
account, but then you would.
Which, because I have myself on here on my own.
Right.
Like on myself, yeah, so
Yeah,
yeah, I have my own app and my own thing.
well,
Which I did get notification when I set it up, when I got it.
did I show you guys the open house feature? Registration form, have you seen it?
I have.
I don't think
I know,
so.
Kate, yeah. Let me show you this, because we get a notification really quickly. You would be going to your website, for example.
Got it.
Actually, I want to do, here's what's yours, let's go to yours.
It's Tisha W. Dot KW.
So I'm gonna do a search property here. I'm not logged in or created an account under you, so I wanna see if you get a notification. Okay, so I'm gonna search properties page tab in your website, okay? Wait for this to populate. I'm just gonna choose any house
Yeah.
and pretend like it's your listing. And let's just say this is going to be, I hope you're having an open house on Saturday here. So what we're gonna do, this is all branded to Tisha. And I do believe the, this agent's name is in here somewhere.
It's like the last OG, the rest of the young guns. Jason Tatum, Tyrese Halliburton, they all get up.
All right, so I'm gonna take this property up into the URL up here. I'm gonna put the open cursor at the very end, and I'm gonna put a forward slash and type in open house. All one word and enter. This is a great feature you might want to be using going forward. This is going to populate a open house registration form right here. So you're at your, there's a couple ways you can use it. You're at your open house and you have your laptop open at the kitchen counter and you want people to register as they're coming through. This is the registration form. So as soon as they fill this out, it's gonna come into your, as long as they're not one of your contacts already, you might see they're active, they are a contact, they're see some activity, but if they're not a contact, it's gonna add them as a contact as lead. So I'm gonna put in Wilma Flintstone. And I'll use, I'll just use. The phone numbers are going to. You do have to check these boxes of a non-voucher and then say submit. So since you can get the notification. And since once I sent that, submitted it, this pops up.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, then you have the opportunity to view that contact and tag it, whatever you edit it, whatever you need to do with it. And then again, like I said, this pops up, with this QR code right here. So here's one more feature that you could possibly use. It's all branded to you. Up here in the, it's not on this computer, so let me give you a second. What I want to do is go back to the page. I want that open house registration URL again. I'm gonna put that back in, I'll put forward slash. Okay, so up here in the,
That was good though too.
I'm looking for save and share report. So this is sometimes a little icon up here, but it's not showing it. So save and share is right here on this computer. I can create a QR code right here. You can take that QR code, download it, print it out, whatever you want to do. I have an agent that has a lot of people coming through an open house and she doesn't want them to stand in line at the kitchen counter and do that registration form. You can take this and you can mail it out, you can email it out, you can print it out, you can put it on the front door. As soon as they scan that with their phone, that's the registration form that comes up, and then all the property information is coming up as they're walking through the property on their phone.
You can download and print that thing, like if you want to have a copy.
Yep. And or download it, save it, email it,
Yeah.
whatever you want to do.
Okay.
Create a campaign or something, so. Yeah, add it to your website. You know, under a featured listing or something. That's great for an open house. Yeah. Okay, that's great.
Yep.
That's pretty helpful. All right, any questions?
Yeah, I have a question. You might have already said this, and I apologize, I got distracted for a minute. How do we know when the postcards have been mailed out? Do we get a notification that says
You know, I think you do.
they've been mailed, or?
I think you'll get, they'll have you put that credit card information in.
Yes.
I believe Rachel's told me that if it's done before a certain time of the day, and he said 2 o'clock. They'll go out either that day or the very next morning. After that point in time, it's probably the next business day,
Okay.
but
I was just wondering, if they sent a notification that said your
Yeah.
cards have been mailed,
Right.
or,
I would think you're gonna get an email confirmation.
okay.
But have you not gone that far, you know, credit card, I'm not positive on that, but I can check with Rachel when she gets back. But I'm pretty sure you're gonna get some kind of confirmation.
Yeah, I mean, yes, you paid for it, here's your confirmation that
Right.
received your payment, but.
Yeah.
Here's your confirmation today, you have,
That isn't actually been mailed out.
yeah,
Good question.
Okay.
It's been tried and true and tested. I mean, it's a very, very well used program, so I think I've not heard anything bad as far as anything unless you screw up your design.
and even, well, I was gonna say, even if you pick a design, you can almost customize any, right?
Yes,
You can.
you can.
Okay.
But as I was saying, we have an agent that tried to add way too many pictures. She wasted so much time. She wanted those to go out for an open house. For maybe that coming weekend or whatever. And she added so many different pictures to it and just got all whacked out. I would try to stick with the templates. You know, if it's a template that only has one image, I'd probably keep it at that. Just so you don't go outside the line.
And what's really cool too for the open house one is that you can click the multifamily for your target,
Right.
like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
We had Katie Core. And
Oh, yeah.
this seems way more user friendly.
Oh, good. Good.
Just learning how to navigate some
Yeah.
nuances, but once you're there, it'd be
Yeah.
really good. Well, plus it could do for us, right?
We are going to be, partnering with Canva also.
I was gonna say this is very similar to.
It
Canva.
is very, very similar, so I don't know if it's a feature that's coming,
Some
but
of that's like Canva Pro, something about that.
it's very similar, you might have more options in Canva.
Yeah,
Pretty
there
all-
are, but.
But
it's-
this is kind of like all in one place
Yeah.
too, which
Yeah.
helps because
Now, if you were pulling in your design from a template that you created in Canva, you can do that with any of the designs actually, but I
You
mean,
can
right.
pull in from Canva?
I think you can, if you saved it to your device, I'm not sure about pulling it literally in from Canva, but if you saved it to your device, I think you
You
can use
can-
it.
you can put any image in your
Right,
assets there.
correct, in your library. Yeah,
Yeah, because we did a bunch and at the time I didn't really know what the big picture goal was, but now that we're making something,
Right.
it's all in my library and
well,
that's
that's a good
nice.
point, I should probably be more articulate about that, what we're doing.
Well, it's just, you know, when it's a new system, it's just, you know,
Yeah.
sometimes you only take away parts.
Well, you know, and I have like Rima Bazarbashi, for example, she has created her own little business card. And maybe, I don't know if she used a snippet or what she did, but she's got that saved in her library, so she can pop that in. Where it says asking for your contact information, instead of having to literally go in and do each box, you can pop your image in of your business card.
Absolutely, yeah.
Has her picture on it, it's not an actual business card, but she's created it to be like, you know, all in one. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
No, that's great, thank you.
Yeah, you can totally just do something on Word, snip it,
Yes.
and then snip it, download, save.
Yeah.
It's really smart, right? Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
That's a big time saver.
Yeah,
And I try to show people that, but it just depends on. You know, when I'm onboarding them, but that's a lot.
It is, it's just a little up when you're, so what's your next class?
I'm trying to do at least one a week.
Okay.
and I'm implementing Tech Tuesdays. I don't have an agenda yet, but I think I put on, is there something you'd like to know? Like,
No, you did one a week or two ago, like the last one that you did. It might have been Dudley.
yes,
Yes, and I said,
but nobody showed up, so.
I know, but I said, I was actually home dealing with Dudley that
Oh,
day,
okay.
I would have been investigating.
That should be on the calendar probably once a month.
Yeah,
Just to rephrase, so I have a question about that loop, but maybe you guys have two answers too, so. We had this come up in ours, and had some of the improper procedure probably to do it, so we had a contract, we had put a doc period loop 4 on this house, we have a contract now. And then created another, that one fell through. Went out of contract, and we had another offer, should we create another separate loop to that, for that house? Or would that, you use the same loop? And just put our-
Isn't that what you did? Did you use the same loop?
Use the same loop.
I did.
Should use the same loop.
I mean. Personally, I like to use the same loop, because then I'm not having 50 of them and trying to figure out like which one I'm working with.
Right,
I just create a brand new folder
Yeah.
within that loop.
so you can segregate the stuff that's inside that loop, and
Yes.
keep it separated.
Yes,
from-
yes.
Okay.
And
Are you-
We can't document,
Archive
You can archive, you can rename the folder. So like if you have the one that's like offer 1234 Main Street, like if it falls out, then you can even rename it fell through or void.
are you required to keep that stuff? Or like,
So
If it falls out of contract, I would say yes.
Okay.
If you submit an offer and they don't accept it, I don't think you have to by any means have a record of that. But if it,
you can include that in your opportunity.
yeah,
So do you allow other people into your,
So
outside of your, this, or outside of your people?
outside
Like,
of,
let's see, I'm listing it, you're arguing buyers, agents in here with.
I will share certain documents with the buyer's agent, but I will not share the entire.
Gotcha.
Right.
You can share documents.
Yes,
I will share certain documents.
And you have to sign, you have to add them as a person and sign a role.
So you get to some role listing
Yes.
agent, you have to sub buyer, so
Yes.
now can you, when you,
And there's, you can literally just save
right,
or
so you do
share.
have.
Don't
certain-
add them to the team, just
No,
add them
that's-
as like the other.
Someone's
Right.
inside,
yeah, when
they're
you,
in the room with us here, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
you drop down like, buyer's.
I don't think it would let
Yeah.
us share if you didn't have.
So,
it.
but you have to, like, documents you share, do you give them editable, they have to be edit like the.
You have-
Things like that.
You have the ability to do it.
I don't let other agents I only allow them to view it. They can download that and then add it into their group and give themselves whatever.
Right.
So you don't, okay,
Grading.
so when you send over an agency disclosure, you don't edit it, but they're stuff and send it back to you.
Correct,
Gotcha.
I will
Just
just
view only.
send it as view only.
Gotcha.
If I send it through that, yes.
Yes, I got you. Okay.
Because they can download it.
Yeah, you can download it, for you after you upload it.
And then upload it and add in the
Yeah, you
signatures
don't want
and
them to-
dates. I don't want them changing anything, I want them accidentally hitting something,
Makes sense.
and then next thing you know, you're in a whole mess. So
So-
I never allow them.
So when you
editing.
share it, you can share it without giving them editing.
Yep, you can,